Fernando, really tricky conditions out there, initially in that first phase, but also the second phase. And it was an inspired move, I think, to pit towards the end and give yourself a little bit of a chance.
Yeah, I mean, it was difficult to read today. The conditions and also the visibility was the biggest topic. We stopped very late every time that we decided to pit. At the beginning, I was alone with the full wets, and I lost a couple of places. And then at the end, we made an extra stop, but only 6 laps to the end, so it was no time really to make a difference. So we ended up in the same position. But yeah, some fun out there. Very chaotic for everyone. Even the last lap, we didn't know if it was the last lap or not. So I think it was difficult for everybody.
And I don't think Max knew he's world champion until a little bit later on as well. You're a 2-time world champion as well. What do you think it will mean to him?
Yeah, obviously, congratulations to him. Amazing season. And even today with all these chaos, I think at the beginning nobody knew if he was world champion, and now he is. So that's probably the summary of the afternoon.
Valtteri, it looked like a really challenging day out there in that first phase when the rain was quite heavy, and then even when the rain eased and you got going again, it still looked like a pretty difficult conditions out there.
It was, like, from where I was at the start, just zero visibility, so quite sketchy. But then overtaking was really, really difficult today. I think everyone struggled, except if you had a tire delta. Everyone struggled to overtake, and that was ultimately the biggest issue today, being stuck behind Mick.
Disappointing.
Sorry, Kevin.
It's all right. Disappointing, I guess, ultimately not to come away with anything. I know you guys have brought some updates to this weekend. I think they were positive. So I suppose that's a positive to take away from this weekend.
Yeah, we were super close to Q3 yesterday, so that's kind of good. And yeah, today I think we did have pace, but again, being outside of top 10 on the grid makes it more tricky when it's so close. So yeah, hopefully we can have a decent qualifying in Austin in a couple of weeks with some new bits again in the car.
Hey Lance, considering that mega start that you had, I kind of feel like you should have come away with a bit more today.
Yeah, I think it was a lot about pitting on the intermediate at the right time, and we kind of stayed out a bit longer, maybe expecting more rain and stuff. So I think it was tough, but it was a fun first lap.
I love that you kind of just kept your foot in and went all the way down, and it must have been pretty exciting to go in there because the visibility looked very, very difficult.
Yeah, it was, but I had to go for it. I mean, we had a rough day yesterday, so I had some positions to make up on lap 1.
Hey, Nicky, congratulations. How did it feel to get some points?
Yeah, obviously, really happy with that at the end. It was very tough conditions out there. Actually, once I restarted, I mean, it was, for me, it was clear on the formation lap, well, the safety car formation lap, that it was going to be interconditions. So, we made the call right away to just get on them as soon as possible. Obviously, that was crucial in getting those points, having a little bit of free air. Because that was the biggest thing in being in the pack was the spray. I mean, the tire was clearly the wrong choice, the full wet. It was very difficult to manage at the end. The front tires were gone already 8 laps into the stint. So we were just hanging on really and just trying to bring it home. So to get points was a nice reward for everybody.
I appreciate it's been a difficult season for you. So just regardless of the conditions and how they came about, it must just be nice to get some.
Yeah, it's nice to get some points for sure. But again, in the end, it still doesn't really, even if the decision hadn't have been made yet about my future, a race like this wouldn't have really changed much. I always said it was about, consistency across rounds, not one good result. So it's obviously a nice personal boost for me for sure. Coming to the end of the season and my time with the team, obviously it's just some more points for the team, which is always great. But beyond that, nothing much more.